Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lux Radio Theater's production of It's a Wonderful Life, being broadcast to you live from Port Washington, New York. Thank you. Folks, we have quite a story here for you tonight, and we're looking forward to performing it for you live. Now, just a reminder that tonight's broadcast is being transmitted over the airwaves from coast to coast with all of our loyal Lux listeners tuning in. We're counting on you, our live studio audience, to not be shy, cry, laugh, and don't be afraid to applaud lustily as the spirit moves you. All right, so at this point, I believe our technical director is giving me the signal that we are ready to begin in 3, 2, 1. Lux presents Hollywood! Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, bring you the Lux Radio Theater.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Oh, oh, oh. Don't go walking on Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Till I come marching home. I just got word that the guy who heard from the guy next door to me, the girl he met just loves to pat, and it fits him to a T. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. I'm so afraid that the plans we made underneath those moonlit skies will fade away, and you're bound to stay till the stars get in your eyes. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Till I come marching home.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we bring you one of the season's most inspiring hits, It's a Wonderful Life. This is a drama of a typical American. It might be you, it might be me. He dreams of glory, he lives in hope, he loves and doubts. Our story starts before the war, when life was simpler. This is the story of George Bailey, citizen of Bedford Falls, New York. George Bailey, who more than anything under the sun wanted to see the world, the wonderful, exciting world that lay somewhere beyond the limits of his small hometown. Oddly enough, the story does not begin in Bedford Falls. In fact, it doesn't begin anywhere in the world. It begins in heaven, where Joseph, the superintendent of angels, has just summoned an apprentice angel named Clarence.
Oh, am I really going down to Earth, sir? Oh, how splendid!
Yes. Well, there's a very discouraged man down there, Clarence. His name is George Bailey. At exactly 10:45 p.m. Earth time, he'll be thinking seriously of ending his life.
Oh, dear, his life!
Now, I want you to stop him if you can. Now, sit down. I'll give you Bailey's case history.
Sir, if I should accomplish my mission, may I perhaps get my wings? I've been waiting over 200 years now, and, well, people are beginning to talk.
Clarence, what's that book?
Oh, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, sir. I was reading it when you sent for me.
Oh, that's a fine book. Excellent. Well, you do a good job on George Bailey, and we'll see about your wings.
Oh, thank you, sir, thank you.
Now listen, Clarence, and write this down. When George Bailey was a boy, 2 events occurred that you should keep in mind. One was when his young brother Harry fell through the ice and almost drowned. George saved him.
Brother fell through ice. George saved him. Got it.
Ever since, George has had a bad ear. All that icy water, you understand.
Bad ear. Yes, sir.
The other event came a few months later. George took an after-school job at Old Man Gower's drugstore.
It's me, Mr. Gower, George Bailey.
You're late.
Yes, sir.
Hello, George. Hello, Mary. Hello, Violet.
2 cents worth of shoelaces, Violet?
Mary was here first. I'm still thinking.
Shoelaces?
Please, Georgie. I like him. You like every boy. What's wrong with that?
Here you are.
Bye, Georgie. See you later, Mary.
Made up your mind yet, Mary?
I'll take chocolate.
With coconut?
I don't like coconut.
You don't like coconuts? Say, don't you know where coconuts come from? Look at here, from Tahiti, Fiji Islands, the Coral Sea.
What's that you got there? A new magazine? I never saw it before.
Of course you never. Only us explorers can get it. I've been nominated for membership in the National Geographic Society. Let me get your ice cream.
Is this the ear you can't hear on? George Bailey, I'll love you to the day I die.
I'm going out exploring someday. You watch. And I'm going to have a couple of harems and maybe 3 or 4 wives. Wait and see.
George,
Yes, sir?
you're not paid to be a canary.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, George.
Goodbye, Mary.
What was that piece of paper that George just picked up?
It's a telegram from Mr. Gower. He found out this morning that his only son died of influenza.
Oh, how awful.
Yes, and he spent the afternoon drowning his grief in whiskey.
Where you been, George? Mrs. Blaine's called twice. What happened to her prescription? You lost it, didn't you?
No, Mr. Gower. Here it is.
Why, you good for nothing. Don't you know that Blaine girl's very sick? She needs those pills.
Mr. Gower, my ear. You're hurting my sore ear.
I'll teach you to loaf, you lazy brat.
Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing. You put something wrong in those capsules. I know you feel bad, but look, Mr. Gower, look. This bottle you used. This bottle to make up the capsules. It's poison.
Poison?
Don't hurt my sore ear again, Mr. Gower.
Poison? Oh, George, I'm sorry.
It's why I didn't deliver it, Mr. Gower. All I wanted was to make sure.
Oh, George.
Did George ever tell anyone about those pills?
Not a soul.
Did he ever marry the girl? Did he ever go exploring?
Well, Clarence, that was George Bailey as a boy. When he grew up, he wanted to go to college, but there just wasn't the money. So he worked for 4 years at the Building and Loan Association.
Building and Loan Association?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. George's father was the president of the Building and Loan Company that made low-interest loans to the working poor. Anyway, George worked for his father and saved enough to see him through the university. That summer, though, he was going to go to Europe, get a job on a cattle boat, do a little traveling before college. George and his father were talking.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's hard to realize it's my last night at the Bailey boarding house.
Well, we're sure going to miss you, George.
I'm going to miss you too, Pop. Hey, what's the matter? You look tired.
Oh, I had another tussle with old Henry Potter today.
Oh, I thought he'd ease up when you put him on the board of directors.
Yeah, so did I.
I just can't understand a man like Mr. Potter. He can't begin to spend all the money he has.
I guess Potter owns about everything he wants in Bedford Falls except for our building and loan. That's why he hates us.
Hey, George, can I borrow your tuxedo studs?
Yeah, help yourself, Harry. How can I deny my little brother, huh?
Well, where are they? In your suitcase?
No, I'm not taking a tuxedo on a cattle boat,
Say, where'd you get that suitcase anyway?
Oh, from Mr. Gower. It's a going-away present. And one of these days, you're going to see that bag all covered with travel labels. Italy and Baghdad and Bombay and
Gonna have a pretty full summer, eh?
I'm going to have a pretty full life.
Hey, why don't you come to the dance tonight?
What, Harry? And be bored to death.
Well, you couldn't want a better death. Lots of pretty girls. Hey, I gotta hurry.
I wish we could send Harry to college with you, George.
We got that all figured out now, Pop. He'll take over my job at the Building and Loan and work 4 years, like I did, and then he'll go to college.
He's pretty young for that job.
Well, no younger than I was. I think he'll do a good job.
George, now, listen to me. When you get out of college, You suppose you'll come back to the building and loan?
Oh, no, Pop, I just couldn't. I couldn't face being cooped up the rest of my life in a shabby little office. Oh, I'm sorry, Pop. Now, I didn't mean that, but it's just this business of nickels and dimes. I go crazy. I want to do something big, something important.
You know, George, I feel that in a small way we are doing something important, satisfying a fundamental urge. It's not too much for a man to want his own roof and walls and fireplace, and we're helping him get those things in our shabby little office.
I know, Dad. I wish I felt... But I've been hoarding pennies like a miser in order to... Most of my friends have already finished college. I just feel like if I don't get away, I'd bust.
I know, boy. You're right. This town's no place to live if you aren't willing to crawl to Potter. You get yourself an education, then just get out of here.
I'm glad you see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I'll go down to Old Main Street. Last night in town and all.
Well, have a good time, son.
Say, who's that?
Why, that's Violet Big.
The little girl from the candy counter?
That's right.
Hello, Georgie Porgy.
Hello, Vi.
What gives?
Nothing.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'll probably end up at the library.
Georgie, don't you ever get tired of just reading about things?
Yes. What are you doing tonight?
Not a thing.
Then are you game by? What do you say we make a night of it, huh?
Oh, I'd love it, Georgie. What'll we do?
Well, let's go out in the fields and take off our shoes and walk in the grass.
Huh?
Then we can go up to Stewart Lake. It's beautiful up there in the moonlight, and we can swim. And then we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and watch the sunrise against the peaks, and we'll stay up there all the whole night through, and it'll be a terrific scandal.
George, have you gone crazy? Walking the grass in my bare feet? Why, it's 10 miles up there to Mount Bedford. You think just because you... Ah!
Oh, okay. Just forget about the whole thing.
Forget about what, George?
Oh, nothing, Sam.
You remember Mary, don't you?
Hi, George.
Yeah, hi, Mary.
Say, you wouldn't mind walking Mary home, would you, George?
No, of course not. Is that okay with you, Mary?
Fine by me.
Great, thanks.
So George Bailey went to a dance. Is that important, Joseph?
Oh, yes. It was at the dance he met Mary Hatch.
Oh.
And 3 hours later, he was walking her home. George and Mary were feeling pretty good, Clarence. As a matter of fact, wonderful.
Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo girls, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Hot dog!
That was fun.
Gee, don't we sound swell?
Just beautiful.
Gee whiz. Hey, you know something? If it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town.
Why don't you say it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. It sort of fits you. Hey, how old are you anyway?
18.
18?
Too young or too old?
No, that's just right. Look where we are.
Oh, yes. The old Granville house.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a rock.
Oh, no, George. I love that old house.
Well, don't you know about deserted houses? You make a wish and then you throw a rock.
Oh, George, but it's such a lovely old place. I wish I lived there.
And there? I wouldn't want to live in there with all those ghosts. Now watch this. Here we go. How about that, huh? Pretty good shot, huh? Broke that darn window.
What'd you wish, George?
Oh, I don't know. Not just one wish, a whole hatful of them. Mary, I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy and Greece and Parthenon, the Colosseum. And then I'm coming back here and go to college and see what they know. And then I'm going to build things. I'm going to build airfields and skyscrapers 100 stories high and bridges a mile long. And then I'm going to... Hey, Mary, what is it that you want, huh? What do you want? You want the moon? All you got to do is just say the word, and I'll throw...
Okay. The moon. I'll take it. Then what?
Then what? Well, then you could swallow it, and moonbeams will shoot out of your fingers, you think I'm talking too much?
Yeah, you sure are. That stupid talk. How long are you gonna spout that nonsense? Why don't you just shut up and kiss her? instead of talking her to death.
Hey, now how's that? Now, what'd you say?
Go home, kid. Youth is sure wasted on the young.
Well, hey, man, you can back it. Well, I'll show you some kissing who'll raise the hair.
Hey, George!
Hey, hi there, Uncle Billy. Look here, I'm gonna kiss Mary. Now just watch this.
George, get in the car, quick! Your father's had a stroke.
What?
George, get in, hurry!
Well, George's father died that night, Clarence. So of course George couldn't go to Europe. But that fall, just as he was ready to leave for college, the directors of the building and loan had a meeting. They were going to appoint a successor to Mr. Bailey. Dr. Campbell, the chairman of the board, was speaking.
Hey, what do you say? What's that you said, Mr. Potter?
I said, as long as Peter Bailey's dead, we can dissolve the building and loan. We don't need it.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, now, you wait a minute, Billy Bailey. Your brother was not a businessman. Ideals without common sense can ruin a town. And what do we get? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class.
Now, hold on, Mr. Potter.
Oh, I meant no respect there, George.
Now, wait a minute there. Why my father ever started this cheap penny ante building and loan, I'll never know. But remember this, Mr. Potter, about this rabble you're talking about. They do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to let them work and live and die in a couple decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him. But to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, Mr. Potter, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book, George. I'm talking about the building and loan.
You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about. Well, this town needs this little old one-horse institution. If only to have some place where people can borrow a few dollars without crawling to you. Now, come on, Uncle Billy, let's get out of here.
What happened, Uncle Billy?
Boy, oh boy, Tilly. You should have heard George.
Yeah, but a lot of good it did. They're in there right now voting us out of business.
Well, who cares? I can get another job. I'm only 41.
How will you get out of here, George? You missed your boat trip. Do you want to miss college, too?
George, come in here. Listen to me. We just voted Potter down. We're still in business.
Whoopee! We're still in business. We're still in business.
But there's one condition, George. They've appointed you to take your father's place.
Why, me? But I'm going to college. Look, this is my last chance. Uncle Billy's your man for the job.
George, you got to take it. They'll vote with Potter otherwise. They said so. They even said...
I know. George Bailey didn't go to college.
That's right, Clarence. He gave his college money to Harry. Harry went instead.
But what happened to that good-looking girl? You know, Mary.
Oh, George saw her now and then. Not very often, though, because Mary went away to school, too. Anyway, George waited 4 years more for Harry to come back and take over the building and loan. He could still see the world. He planned to work in the oil fields of Venezuela. Except when Harry came home, he wasn't alone. There was a girl with him, his new wife, Ruth.
George?
Yeah, I'm out here on the porch, Mother. I just thought I'd get some air.
Well, how do you like Ruth, your new sister-in-law?
Oh, she's swell.
Looks like she can keep Harry on his toes.
Yeah, keep him out of Bedford Falls, anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, Ruth's father, he's got a wonderful job for Harry up in Buffalo.
Buffalo? Well, that means that...
Yeah.
You won't be able to travel. Yeah. George, did you know that Mary Hatch is back from school?
Oh, yeah.
Nice girl, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop grunting.
Well,
Give me one good reason why you shouldn't call on Mary.
Well, how about Sam Wainwright? Sam's crazy about Mary.
Well, she's not crazy about him.
Now, how do you know that? Did she discuss it with you?
Besides, Sam's away in New York.
Oh, and all's fair in love and war, huh? Uh-huh, now I see. Well, okay, Mother, I think I'll go out and find that girl and do a little passionate necking.
George.
Goodbye, Mrs. Bailey. Oh, by the way, do you want any books for the library?
Library? George! George, you go and see Mary. Now, do you hear?
George, is that you out there?
Hello, Mary.
Well, are you coming in?
No, I just happened to be passing by here and all. And thought
Well, have you made up your mind?
Well, how's that?
Have you made up your mind?
About what?
About coming in. Your mother just phoned. She said you were coming over.
My mother phoned? What's she mean? I just happened to be passing by, that's all.
Well,
all right, I'll come in for a minute, but I didn't tell anybody I was coming here. A fella can't go out for a walk nowadays without his mother phoning the whole town. When'd you get back, anyway?
Tuesday.
Oh, where'd you get that dress?
You like it?
Well, yeah, it's all right.
Well, no point standing here on the porch. Come on in.
Okay, but I don't understand it. I didn't tell anybody I was coming here, you know.
Well, would you rather leave?
Well, no, I don't want to be rude. I'll sit down for a while.
It's nice about your brother and Ruth, isn't it?
Yeah. It's okay.
Don't you like her?
Well, of course I like her. She's a peach.
Oh, just marriage in general you're not enthusiastic about, hmm?
No. Marriage is all right for a lot of people, you know. It's all right for Harry and Sam Wainwright and you.
For Sam?
Mary?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
What does he want?
I don't know. What do you want?
Me? Not a thing. Not a thing. And I just came in to get warm.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
You just tell him to go right back home. Sam said he'd call you tonight from New York, didn't he?
I guess so. George, how about some music?
You know, your mother needn't. You know, I didn't come here to.
What did you come here for then?
Well, I don't know. You're supposed to be the one with all the answers. You tell me.
Oh, why don't you just go home?
Well, I don't know why I came here in the first place. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Mary! Telephone, Mary!
The way you're shouting, you'd think that.
You'd think what?
Mary!
All right, I'll get it. George, on your way out, would you mind turning off the phonograph?
Well, I'd be very happy to. Doggone crazy song.
Hello? Sam?
Mary. Gee, it's glad to hear your voice.
How are you, Sam?
I forgot my hat.
Sure you did.
I did.
What?
Oh, I was just talking to an old friend of yours, George Bailey.
Old Mossback George?
Old Mossback George.
Well, put him on. I'll talk to him too.
Wait a second. George!
He doesn't want to speak to George.
He does so. He asked for him.
Did you call me? Because if you did, I'm in a hurry.
Sam wants to talk to you.
Oh, okay. Hiya, Sam.
Hey, fine pal you are. Trying to steal my girl?
What do you mean? Nobody's trying to steal anybody's girl. Here, Mary, take the phone.
No, wait, George. I want to speak to you both. Tell Mary to get on the extension upstairs.
He says for you to go get on the extension upstairs.
I can't. Mother's on the extension.
I am not!
We can both hear you, Sam. George, just put your head a little closer to the phone.
What?
There, that's better. Okay, we're both listening, Sam.
Well, I have a big deal coming up that's going to make us all rich. George, you remember that time you told me about making plastics out of soybeans?
Soybeans, yeah, soybeans. Uh-huh.
Well, my father's checked into it, George, see? And now he's going to put up a factory to make plastic out of soybeans. How do you like that?
A factory, huh?
And here's the point, George. I may have a job for you, unless you're still married to that old broken-down building and loan. Mary.
Yes, I'm here.
You tell that guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime, you hear?
He says it's the chance of a lifetime.
Give me that phone.
Here's George again, Sam. George, you shouldn't have hung up.
Now, you listen to me, Mary. I don't want any plastics, and I don't want any job. You understand that? Mary, listen to me. You got to understand. But I'm so confused. I don't know how to put this. I want to do what I want to do, but... Oh, Mary.
George.
Mary. I love you, Mary.
Well, so George Bailey and Mary Hatch were?
Yes, George and Mary were married. And they started off on their honeymoon in Ernie Bishop's taxi cab.
Hey, where are you two going on this here now honeymoon?
Well, we're going to shoot the works, Ernie. A whole week in New York, a whole week in Bermuda. The highest hotel, the best champagne, the hottest music, and the prettiest wife.
So you're finally getting out of Bedford Falls, huh? Then what?
Then what, honey?
After that, who cares?
That does it. Hey, you know, Mrs. Bailey, I haven't kissed you yet.
Hey, George, look. There's something funny going on over there. Look over there at the bank. It looks like a run.
Pull over there a minute, will you, Ernie?
George, let's not stop, please. Let's just go straight to the station.
No, wait a minute. Better see what it is. I'll be right back.
George, please don't go. George!
In just a few moments, we'll return with the second act of It's a Wonderful Life. But first, we have a word from our sponsor.
Nickel,
nickel, do-do-do-da-da.
nickel,
Nickel, do-do-do-da-da. Pepsi Cola hits the spot. 12 full ounces, that's a lot. Twice as much for a nickel, too. Pepsi Cola is the drink for you.
Listen to that, the sound of Pepsi Cola on ice. Do what millions of people do every day. Pop a top on a Pepsi and you'll agree that.
Pepsi Cola is the drink for you. Nickel, 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 nickel.
Trickle, 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 nickel, 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 do-do-do-do.
And now we have something very exciting in store for you. Direct from their engagement at the beautiful Astor Roof Nightclub overlooking Times Square in New York City, here is that sensational musical group, the Mellow Tones, to offer you some of the favorite songs of our time. So, without further ado, here they are, the Mellow Tones.
Children in school. I fell in love with love one night when the moon was full. I was unwise with eyes unable to see. I fell in love with love everlasting. But love fell out with me. One night when the moon was full, unable to see, I fell in love with love everlasting. But love fell out with me.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
Without your love,
It's a honky-tonk parade.
Without your love,
It's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as funny as it can be. But it would be make-believe if you believed in me. If you believed in me.
there's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone to watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. Oh, how I could always be good to one who watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me.
Hey, that was just beautiful, kids. But wait. Hey, look who's here. Another surprise guest joining us. Wow, we're so excited here at the Lux Radio Theater. It's the lovely movie star Cynthia Hillcastle. Wow. And if my facts are right, Miss Hillcastle, you have just been awarded your second Academy Award. This one for your enticing performance in Blondes Always Win.
That's right. But I was very lucky considering the 4 beautiful and talented actresses I was competing with. Just imagine being in the same company as the famous Jane Swenson.
Oh, it had to be overwhelming, Cynthia. Tell us, to what do you attribute your success?
Well, that's not an easy question. Obviously, first and foremost, is knowing your trade. That is your acting ability. But then, since it is, after all, a picture film that I'm in, I've got to look my very best. And the makeup artists, as good as they are, can't always cover up some problems with my complexion.
So what do you do?
Well, I am delighted to be on this program sponsored by Lux Toilet Soap. Because long ago I discovered that Lux soap was the secret to a nice complexion.
Oh, Cynthia, you have much more than a nice complexion. I see before me a very beautiful luxe complexion.
Why, thank you. You're most kind. Thinking about it, I guess you could say I'm a luxe girl. I think any girl in pictures should be delighted to find out about Lux toilet soap as a beauty care. Active lather facials are so quick and easy, and they really make a difference in your skin.
Thousands of busy, attractive women have discovered that, Cynthia. Daily Lux Soap Complexion Care does make your skin lovelier. And in fact, it's the choice of 9 out of 10 movie stars.
That's right. Lux Toilet Soap is the all-around beauty care for me. I use it as a bath soap, too. It has such a delightful perfume, and it leaves a lovely fragrance on my skin.
Well, thank you so much for that endorsement, Cynthia. And now, here is Act 2 of It's a Wonderful Life. Well, we're back in heaven again, where Joseph, the superintendent of angels, is reviewing the case history of a mortal named George Bailey. Clarence, the apprentice angel, is very eager to depart on his mission to Earth.
Oh, poor George Bailey. He's certainly in desperate trouble, Joseph. I'll go to him at once.
No, Clarence, no. You sit down. Sit down. We're nowhere near the point where George Bailey is thinking of taking his life.
We're not?
No. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. George and Mary had just started out on their honeymoon when they ran smack into the financial panic of 1932. In the waiting room of the building and loan, 100 frantic people were clamoring for their savings.
Hey, what's going on, Uncle Billy? What's happening? Why are all these people out there?
This is a pickle, George. All I know is the bank called our loan an hour ago. I had to hand over all our cash.
Holy mackerel.
The whole town's gone crazy. The bank's in the same spot as we are.
Our charter.
What about our charter?
Our charter says that we have to stay open until 6 p.m., otherwise the state can take away our license if we don't.
How can we stay open till 6 without any money? George, where are you going?
Out to talk to those people. Come on. Now, please, folks, just a minute now, please. Now, you're probably wondering what's happening, right?
And I'd like to know where my money is, George. Where is our money?
Now, come on, please. Wait a minute now. Listen to me. Now you're thinking of this all wrong. Your money's not here in this building.
How is
Now,
it
wait a
there,
minute
is
now.
it?
Let me tell you. Your money's in people's houses, in the Kennedy house, and the McLaren house, and in your house, and 100 others. Now, what are you going to do? Foreclose on all of them?
I've got 240 shares. Now let me at it.
All right, Charlie. You'll get your money in 60 days.
What? 60 days?
Well, look, that's what you all agreed to on when you bought your shares in the building and loan.
Well, I got my money.
How? What? I don't understand.
Old man Potter's taking over the bank. He'll pay you 50 cents on every dollar.
Well, then we'll take our shares to Potter. Half is better than nothing.
No, wait a minute, folks. Please, I beg you not to do this. If Potter gets hold of your shares, he'll be owning this building and all the loans, and he's got the bank, and he's got the bus line, and the department stores. And now he's after us because he wants to keep you living in his shacks and paying the kind of rent he decides to charge. Now, we can get through this thing all right, but we got to stick together. We got to have faith in each other.
Well, I can't feed my children on faith, George. My husband's out of work.
I got doctor bills to pay.
Me too.
George, how much do we need? We've still got some money.
Mary, what do you mean?
Here it is, George. You told me to hold on to it. It's $2,000. Would have made a nice honeymoon and bought some furniture, too.
Oh, are you sure, Mary? Are you sure? Well, okay, now wait a minute, folks. Listen, I got $2,000. Now, all right, Charlene, how much do you need?
$240.
Now, Charlene, that's $40 more than you said before, just enough to tide you over.
I said $240.
Oh, okay, Mary, give Charlene $240. All right, Ed, now, how much just to get by?
$20, I suppose.
Now you're talking. Mrs. Thompson, how about you?
Well, $20 will do me.
Good, $20. Pay it back when you can. All right, who's next?
George, oh boy, look at the clock, look!
5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. 6 o'clock. We made it. Lock that door, Uncle Billy, quick. Boy, we're still in business, Uncle Billy. We even got, what, $2 left. Mary, let's go celebrate. We may not have any money left, but we won.
And when they did, Clarence, then they moved into 323 Sycamore.
What's that, Joseph?
Number 323 Sycamore was the old Granville house, the one George threw rocks and made wishes. Yes, sir, that's where they spent their honeymoon. That's where they started housekeeping. That's where they're still living 2 years later when Old Man Potter asked George to stop over at his office.
Sit down, George. Sit down. Have a cigar. Now, George, you're a young man, married, making, say, $40 a week at the building and loan?
45.
I got 45.
Damn
45. Now, if you were some ordinary yokel, I'd say you were doing fine. But you, George Bailey, are intelligent and ambitious. You hate the building and loan almost as much as I do. You've been dying to get out of this town ever since you were born. But you're trapped into frittering your life away, doing things that aren't worth a damn. Do I paint a correct picture, George, or do I exaggerate?
Well, what's your point, Mr. Potter?
My point is that you're the only man in town who's beat me. George, I want to hire you. Manage my affairs. I'll start you off at $20,000 a year.
$20,000 a year? Are you sure you're talking to me? I'm George Bailey. Remember me? The building and loan. Remember?
Yes, George Bailey, whose ship has just come in, providing that you have enough sense to climb aboard.
Well, yeah, but what about the building and loan?
Confound it, man! I'm offering you a 3-year contract at $20,000 a year. Now, is it a deal or isn't it?
No. The answer is no. Doggone it. If you offered me $1 million a year, I'd to stay around this town, pay stooge to you, the answer'd still be no. Now, leave me alone. Don't bother me.
George, what did Mr. Potter want?
Oh, it was nothing. He just talked. I don't know. It was nothing. Oh, gee, Mary Hatch. Mary, why in the world did you ever marry a guy like me anyway?
To keep from being an old maid.
I was going to see the world. I was going to build things. I was going to give you the moon. What have I given you? Nothing. Not even a new dress. Not for months. Gee whiz, I feel awful.
So do I. Mornings especially.
You could have married Sam Wainwright, anybody else in town.
I didn't want to marry anybody else. I want my baby to look like you.
Yeah, you didn't even have a honeymoon, and I promised you that you what?
My baby.
Oh, you mean you're gonna? You mean we're gonna? Oh, we're gonna have a baby.
Well, Mary had her baby, Clarence. A boy.
Oh, you don't say!
And then she had another one. A girl.
What do you know?
Night after night, George had come home late from the office. Things weren't going well with the building and loan. Potter was really bearing down on him. Then came the war. Mary had another baby by then. But she still had time to help out at the USO. Uncle Billy sold war bonds, and George's brother Harry became a real hero. Shot down 15 planes.
But George! What about George?
Well, George was 4F. His bad ear, remember? He was an air raid warden, helped out where he could with the war effort. Bond drives, things like that. then victory in Europe, and finally victory in Japan. World War II was over!
Hey, we must be getting pretty close to today, aren't we, sir?
Yes, Clarence. You now know almost everything you have to know about George Bailey, except what happened that finds him down there at this moment wanting to die.
Wanting to die? Oh, my heavens! What happened?
Well, today is the day before Christmas, and George is at the building and loan office talking to his secretary, and he's pretty excited.
Hey, Tilly, hey, look at the newspaper. Commander Harry Bailey, decorated by the president. That's my kid brother, the Congressional Medal of Honor. What do you think about that? 15 planes. And the last one he got was just about to dive into a transport loaded with soldiers. You know what that means? He saved lives, hundreds of lives. Hey, gee whiz, where's Uncle Billy?
He's gone to the bank, George.
Oh.
He's depositing that $8,000.
Oh, good. Now, who's that in the waiting room?
It's that man again, the bank examiner.
Uh-oh. Well, good afternoon, Mr. Carter. Hey, Tilly, get the books for Mr. Carter here, will you? Hey, Mr. Carter, you know, that's my brother's picture right there. He shot down 15 planes, and one of them was just about to crash.
Well, if it's not Mr. Henry F. Potter, the president himself, working in his own bank. My name is Bill Bailey, and I've come to deposit some money for the building and loan.
Look out, you old fool. I know who you are.
How'd you like the news in the paper, Mr. Potter? Just can't keep those Bailey boys down, can ya?
Yeah? What are you talking about? Let me see that newspaper.
Here, take a look at the paper. Sorry I can't chat with you, you old thief. Gotta make a deposit. Hey, Hortense, my favorite bank teller. I got some money to deposit. Here you are, Hortense. Deposit slip, bank book, and a very Merry Christmas to you.
You too, Mr. Bailey. Say, you've forgotten something, haven't you?
Hortense, I've forgotten a lot of things in my life.
Well, Mr. Bailey, where's the money?
The what?
You want to make a deposit.
Well, certainly I want...
Well, it's customary to bring the money with you.
What? It's gone! Where did I put it? Where did I put that money?
A terrible thing, Clarence. Terrible. Uncle Billy couldn't find the money because the envelope with the $8,000 was folded up in that newspaper he gave to Old Man Potter.
George, it's cold out here. Let's go inside. I just don't know what happened to the money, George. I don't know.
No, $8,000. Uncle Billy, the bank examiner's inside. It's not our money. It belongs to the depositors.
George, I know, but what are we gonna do? I've traced every step I took. We can't stay out here in the street.
Are you sure you didn't put it in the envelope in your coat pocket?
I think so. Maybe. Oh, I'm no good to you, George. I'm no good.
Now listen to me. Think, will you? You gotta think.
I can't think anymore. I don't know why I can't. I just can't.
Where's that money, you silly old fool? You know what this means? This means bankruptcy and scandal and prison, and one of us is going to go to jail, and it's not going to be me. Now get out of my way. I'm going home.
George, what's wrong? You haven't said a word since you came home.
With all that banging on the piano, does Janie have to just keep playing that same song over and over again?
I have to practice for the Christmas party, Daddy.
What is it, George? Another hectic day?
Yeah. Another red letter day for the Baileys.
Dad, the Murphys got a brand new car. You should see it.
And what's the matter with our car, Pete? Ain't it good enough for you?
I'm sorry, Dad. I only...
Run upstairs, Petey. See if Zuzu's all right.
Okay, Mom.
What do you mean, Mary? See if Zuzu's all right. What does that mean?
Oh, she caught a little cold coming home from school. She didn't button up her coat.
Well, what is it? What do you mean, just a cold?
George, the doctor said it was nothing serious.
The doctor was here?
Well, I thought he'd better look at her.
That's this old drafty house. No wonder we don't all have pneumonia. Might as well be living in a refrigerator. Why do we have to live here in this first place and stay around this messy, crummy old town?
George, what's happened?
Oh, everything's happened. You call this a happy family? Why did we have to have all these kids?
Daddy, how do you spell frankincense?
I don't know how you spell Frank. Why don't you ask your mother?
George, where are you going?
I'm going upstairs to see Zuzu.
Hello? Oh, thank you, Mrs. Welch. I'm sure she'll be all right.
Who's that?
It's Zuzu's school teacher. What? Oh, yes, the doctor says she'll be fine tomorrow.
Hey, give me that phone.
George, please.
Mrs. Welch, this is Mr. Bailey. Say, what kind of a teacher are you anyway? What do you mean sending Zuzu home like that, half naked? Do you realize she'll probably end up with pneumonia just because of your stupidity? You know, at least my kids aren't the best dressed, but at least they're... Hello? Hello? Janie, will you stop playing that lousy piano? Now cut it out, stop it!
George, for heaven's sake, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, Janie. I'm sorry, Mary. I just got to get out of here.
So that's it, George? You're short $8,000 in your accounts, huh?
Oh, please, Mr. Potter, I'll pay any sort of a bonus. If you still want the building and loan,
You say the money was lost. Have you notified the police?
No, sir, I haven't done that yet.
Well, then why come to me? What about your good friend, Sam Wainwright?
Well, I can't get a hold of him. He's in Europe.
Well, what kind of security would I have, George? Any collateral?
Oh, yes, sir. I have some life insurance here. A $15,000 policy.
And what's your equity in it?
$500.
And you want $8,000? Yeah. You once called me a warped, frustrated old man. Well, what are you but a warped, frustrated young man? You come crawling in here on your hands and knees for help. Why don't you go to the riffraff you love so well? Ask them for help.
Well, I'll do anything, Mr. Potter. Please help me. My wife and kids.
I'm calling the district attorney. $500. You know something, George? You're worth more dead than you are alive. Now get out of here. Get out!
And all the time, Potter had the $8,000 in his desk drawer. It's still right there in his desk, Clarence.
Oh, that's terrible. But where's George now, sir? Where?
Well, he went over to Martini's Cafe. He's had a couple of drinks, Clarence. He's just kind of standing there, sort of in a daze.
Oh, God. I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, please tell me what to do. I'm at the end of my rope.
Mr. Bailey, you all right? Don't drink no more, Mr. Bailey. You don't look so good.
Bailey? Did you say Bailey? Which Bailey?
This gentleman here is Mr. Bailey, or George Bailey.
George Bailey, huh? Hey, buddy, look at me. I'm John Welch, the husband of your kid's teacher. Come over here. I'm going to teach you a lesson. And next time you talk to my wife like that, you'll get worse. It isn't enough she's slaves, teaching your stupid kids how to read and write. You gotta ball her out.
You get out of here, Mr. Welch. You hit him my best friend. Now get out of now.
All right, I'm going.
Mr. Bailey, you okay?
Yeah, who was that?
Mr. Welch, but don't worry. I won't let him come in my place no more. I get something for your face. It's a bleeding.
Nah, I'm all right.
Please don't go away, Mr. Bailey.
Leave me alone.
Don't leave, Mr. Bailey. You're a bleeding.
Leave me alone.
Well, George left Martini's Cafe 5 minutes ago, Clarence. He's at the river now, on the bridge, looking at the water. Are you ready, Clarence?
All ready, sir.
Very well. Save George Bailey's life, and you'll get your wings.
My wings! Oh, thank you, Joseph, thank you! George! George Bailey! Get away from that bridge! Do you hear me, George? George!
In just a moment, we'll bring you Act 3 of It's a Wonderful Life. But first, we need to pause for our news department to do a news flash. So we're going to take a quick break for a rehearsal. Now, if I can ask you, our studio audience, to please remain seated, we will resume on the air shortly.
This is the new sponsor?
Yep.
Stuff any good?
Well, it ought to be.
It's got everything in it. Meat, vegetables, minerals, vitamins.
I wonder where she is.
Alcohol, 23%.
Alcohol, 23%?
Miss Hillcastle.
Oh, goodness.
Are you familiar with your lines yet?
Oh, well, I certainly think so.
Well, let's run through it.
All right.
All right, now, you just stand right over here,
Oh,
Miss
yes.
Hillcastle.
Perfect.
Now
Perfect,
let's
perfect.
try it once, and remember, be bright and vivacious.
I know how to read my lines. Thank you. Hello, friends. I'm your vitamin girl. Are you tired, run down, listless? Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? The answer to all your problems is in this little bottle. Vitamin. Vitamin contains vitamins, meat, and minerals. Yes, with vitamin, you can spoon your way to health. All you do is take a tablespoonful after every meal. It's so tasty, too. It's just like honey.
No. You're supposed to like the stuff. You've got to smile and be happy. No,
Well, yes,
try
but
it
it's
again.
hard to do after tasting this stuff. But I am an actress after all. It's so tasty, too. It's just like candy.
No. Once more, Miss Hillcastle, please.
It's so tasty, too. It's just like candy. So, why don't you join the thousands of happy, peppy people and get a great big bottle of vitamin tomorrow? That's vitamin.
Now, I'd like to try it once more. This time only faster and brighter from It's So Tasty Too.
It's so tasty, too. That's right. Yes, sir. It's so tasty, too. Just like candy. You know, this stuff tastes pretty good once you get used to it.
Yes, I know. Now, would you go ahead, please, Miss Hillcastle, from It's So Tasty Too.
Oh. It's so tasty, too. I don't know where to start unless I begin at the beginning.
Miss Hillcastle, can you please start at the beginning?
With pleasure. Hello, friends. I'm your vitamin girl. Are you tired, run down, listless? Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? The answer to all your problems is in this little bottle. Vitamin contains vitamins, meats, vegetables, and minerals. Yes, with Vitavision, you can spoon your way to health. All you have to do is take a big tablespoon after every meal. It's so tasty, too. Tastes like candy. Honest. So, why don't you join the thousands of happy, peppy people and get a great big bottle of vitamin. Remember that name? Vitamin.
Are you feeling all right, Miss Hillcastle?
Well, I feel fine, but you know, it's awfully hot in here. It must be the lights. You know, you're awfully nice.
Thank you, Miss Hillcastle. Would you just go ahead, please?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well. Hello, Hello! I'm for the beach girl. Are you tired? Run down? Listless? Do you pop out at parties? Are you unpopular? Well, are you? The answers to all your problems are in this little bottle. Right up, get your picture, bitches. That's it. Vita Pimpadopodop contains vitamins and meat and vegetables and animals. So, why don't you join the thousands and thousands of happy people and get a great big bottle of eeny, meeny, miny. I tell you what you have to do. You have to take a whole tablespoonful after every meal. It's so tasty, too. It's just like candy. So everybody, get a bottle of this stuff.
All right, cut! Cut! I think we'll save this commercial spot for later in the broadcast. Much later in the broadcast.
Okay, folks. It looks as though our news break may be coming to an end, so we are getting ready to get back on the air in 3, 2, 1. In just a few moments, we'll return with the third act of It's a Wonderful Life. But first, we have a word from our sponsor.
I'm Chiquita Banana, and I come to say bananas have to ripen in a special way. When they are flecked with brown and of a golden hue, bananas taste the best and are the best for you. You can put them in a salad, you can put them in a pie, any way you want to eat them. It's impossible to beat them. But bananas like the climate of the very, very tropical equator. So you should never put bananas in the refrigerator. See.
And now another holiday favorite from the Mellow Tones.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, when you pine for the sunshine of a friendly gaze, for the holidays you can't beat home, sweet home. I met a man who lives in Tennessee.
Mr. Kringle is soon gonna jingle the bells that'll tingle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one you'll remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is here again. Old Mr. Kringle is soon gonna jingle the bells that'll tingle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is here again. He's got a sleigh full and it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. Christmas is here again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one you'll remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting, they're all congregating, waiting for the man with the bag. You better watch out now.
And now, back to our program, Act 3 of It's a Wonderful Life. Numb with despair, convinced, as Mr. Potter said, that he's worth more dead than alive, George Bailey stands on a bridge, staring at the dark and frigid waters below. Suddenly, there's a splash.
Help! Help! I'm drowning! Oh! Oh! Help!
No, that's not George. That's Clarence, the apprentice angel. And there goes George in after him. It's a few minutes later now, and in the shack of the bridge keeper, George and Clarence are drying off.
You sure you guys are all right? You want a doctor?
No, I'm all right.
Oh, no, I'm fine, sir. This underwear. Oh, I didn't have time to get anything more stylish. My wife gave me this on my last birthday. I passed away in it.
You what, mister?
Oh, look, I see Tom Sawyer's drying out, too.
Who?
My book. I left in such a hurry, I brought Tom Sawyer with me.
Hey, how'd you happen to fall in?
Oh, I didn't fall in. I jumped in. I jumped in to save you.
Jumped in to save me?
Well, I did, didn't I? You didn't go through with it, did you?
Go through with what?
Suicide!
Hey, it's against the law to commit suicide around here.
It's against the law from where I come from, too.
Where do you come from?
Heaven.
Oh, that's funny. Very funny.
George, your lip's bleeding.
Yeah, I know. I got busted in the jaw in an answer to a prayer.
Oh, no, George. I'm the answer to your prayer.
Hey, how do you know my name?
I know all about you.
Well, who are you supposed to be, anyway?
Clarence Oddbody, AS2.
Clarence Oddbody? What's that AS2 for?
Angel second class.
Hey, I'm getting out of here. You guys are crazy.
Cheerio, my good man.
Hey, look here. Why'd you want to save me?
Because I'm your guardian angel, George.
Oh, I see. Yeah, sure. Well, you look like the kind of angel I'd get. Hey, what happened to your wings?
I haven't won my wings yet. That's why I'm an angel second class.
Oh, yeah. That's a good story.
But
sure.
You can help me earn them, George, by letting me help you.
Oh, okay, sure. Don't happen to have $8,000 on you, do you?
no. Well, we don't use money in heaven.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. But it does come in pretty handy down here, buddy.
Oh, tut, George.
And of course, I found that out a little bit too late. You know, I'm worth more dead than alive.
Oh, see? You mustn't talk like that, George. Joseph will never give me your wings. Give me my wings if you keep feeling that way. I mean, you just don't realize what good you've done for folks. Why, if it hadn't been for you...
Yeah, if it hadn't been for me, everybody'd be better off. My wife and my kids and my friends.
Oh, George. This is not going to be easy.
You know, they'd all be better off if I hadn't been born.
What did you say?
Oh, I said I wish I'd never been born.
George, that's wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. What is?
The idea you just gave me. You know what? You've got your wish. You've never been born.
I've never been born.
Exactly. No worries. No $8,000. No nothing. You simply don't exist.
Yeah, all right, okay. All right, sure.
George, I can do things, strange things. I can show you the world, George, the way it would be if you hadn't been born.
Hey, wait a minute. This ear of mine. I can hear things clearly in my bad ear.
You don't have a bad ear anymore, George.
I don't?
You don't have a bad... And your lips stop bleeding, too.
Well, what do you know? You know, that's the doggonest... Hey, what's happening around here? This is all crazy. I need a drink. That's what I need. What about you, Angel? You want a drink?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Well, come on. We'll go as soon as our clothes are dry.
Our clothes are dry, George.
Yeah, so they are. Well, that's funny. Okay, let's get dressed and we'll stroll over to Martini's and then... Oh, excuse me. I mean, I'll stroll. You fly.
No! I don't have my wings yet.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that again. Well, a couple of drinks and then we'll both fly, huh?
What do you have, fellas?
Well, bartender, where's the boss? Where's Martini?
Look, wise guy, my name's Nick, and I'm the boss, see?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have a double scotch.
What's for you, buddy?
Oh, you know what I would just love? Some mulled wine. Heavy on the cinnamon and light on the cloves. And no lice, laddie.
Hey, look, mister, we serve hard drinks in here for men who want to get drunk fast. And we don't need any characters around to give the joint atmosphere.
Yeah, okay, Nick. Just give him the same as I ordered. It'll be okay.
All right. Okay. 2 double scotches.
What's happened to this bar? You know, it's different. Everything's changed.
All of Bedford Falls has changed, George. You're having your wish. You've never been born. Oh, there's going to be lots of things you've never seen before. Oh, listen to that. Someone's just made it.
Made what?
Every time a bell rings, it means an angel's got his wings.
What'd you say, buddy?
Look, Clarence, I don't think you better be talking about angels around here.
Why, don't they believe in angels?
Oh, yeah, they believe in them, but, you know, it's just, well, you know.
Then why should they be surprised when they see one?
Oh, don't mind him, bartender. He's just a little fella. He just never grew up. Hey, how old are you, anyway?
Oh, let's see. Next May, I'll be 293.
That does it. Couple of weirdos. Go on. Get out of here. You hear me? Get.
Where's Martini? Can you call him?
Stop asking about Martini. He ain't here and I don't know where he is.
Oh, George! George, look over there at that fella slumped on the table.
Well, I know him. That's Mr. Gower, the druggist. Mr. Gower, listen. Hey, are you all right? You know me? I'm George Bailey.
You want to buy me a drink, mister? Just one drink. Will you, mister?
Hey, Rummy. Didn't I tell you never to come panhandling around here? Okay, that's enough. Where's my bouncer? Where's Pinky? Pinky, throw the rummy out.
Oh, no.
Hey,
please,
bartender.
Please.
Hold on now. That's Mr. Gower, the druggist.
You know, that rumhead spent 20 years in jail for poisoning some kid. If you know him, you must be a jailbird yourself. Pinky, here's 2 more. Get him out of here.
Yeah, Nick.
Oh, get up, George! George, it's a good thing he threw us in this snowbank.
Oh, where's Mr. Gower?
Mr. Gower doesn't know you, George. Don't you see? You weren't there to stop him from putting poison into that prescription.
What do you mean I wasn't there? Now look now, what are you? What's this all about?
George!
Look, why am I seeing all these strange things?
Don't you understand? It's because you were not born.
Well, if I wasn't born, then who am I?
You're nobody. You have no identity.
What do you mean, I have no identity?
No papers, no driver's license, no 4F card, no insurance policy.
Zuzu's bell.
What?
Zuzu's bell. I bought my little girl a bell to hang on the Christmas tree, and I forgot to give it to her. I put it in my pocket, but it's gone. Everything's gone.
You've been given a great gift, George. Chance to see what the world would be like if you've never been born.
You're crazy. You're crazy as a bedbug, and you're driving me crazy, too. Now, look, I'm going home to my wife and family. Do you understand that? And I'm going home alone.
Better not leave him alone, Clarence. Keep following him.
Oh, yes, Joseph. I'll stay near him, sir. Oh, poor George. Oh, look. He's seeing Main Street now the way it would have been if he hadn't lived. Oh, the thing that's really shocked him, sir, is the building and loan office. Oh, look what's there now. A pawn shop!
What's he doing? Can you see?
He's talking to Ernie Bishop, the taxi driver. He wants to go home.
No, you better tag along, Clarence.
I will, sir, I will.
Come on, step on it, will you, Ernie? Get me home. I'm going off my nut.
Where do you live, buddy?
Now, doggone it, Ernie. Don't you start pulling that stuff on me. 323 Sycamore.
323
Yeah,
Sycamore.
and hurry up. Zuzu's sick.
Okay, buddy.
Hey, look, Ernie, I don't know what's happening, but I'm going crazy or something. I must have had some bad liquor. Now, look, tell me this now. You're Ernie Bishop, right? And you live with your wife and kid down in...
You know my wife?
Well, what do you mean? No, your wife? I've been in your house 100 times. We built it for you, didn't we?
Hey, buddy, my wife took the kid and ran away 5 years ago. And I ain't never seen you before in my life, see?
Okay, Ernie, just step on it. Get me home. Mary, where are you? Janie, Petey, Zuzu, where are you?
This is just an old abandoned house, George. You have no wife, no children.
Where are they? What have you done with them?
Bert, he's over here. See, that's him. I told you.
All right. In the name of the law, put your hands up.
Oh, Bert, policeman, good. Thank heaven you're here.
Now look, why don't you be a good fella and I'll take you to a doctor.
Now, Bert, listen to me. What's the matter with you guys? Now listen, it's that fellow there. He says he's an angel. He's trying to hypnotize me or something.
I hate to use my nightstick, but I guess I...
Run, George, run! He can't hit you while I'm biting him.
Oh!
George, run! My teeth aren't what they used to be. Joseph, help!
Whoa, that hurt. Where'd they go, Ernie? Where'd they go?
I don't know. They just disappeared.
Clarence?
Oh, Joseph, I hope you don't mind my calling on you like I did.
Well, it was very irregular, Clarence. Wait, you're by yourself again? Where's George?
He's at his mother's house, sir.
Well, if George hasn't been born, he has no mother.
I know. He's being very stubborn, sir. He'll just have to find these things out for himself.
But his mother, that's a terribly bitter blow to a man. His own mother not knowing him.
Oh, you mean I shouldn't have let him...
I mean you'd better find him right away. Oh, and stop biting policemen, Clarence.
I'm here again, George.
My mother, my own mother didn't know me. If only Harry, my brother, was back from Washington.
Your brother fell through the ice and was drowned at the age of 9, George.
That's a lie. He got the Congressional Medal of Honor. He saved the lives of every man on that transport.
Every man on that transport died! Strange, isn't it? Each man's life touches so many other lives. Harry wasn't there to save them because you weren't there to save Harry. Don't you see, George? You really had a wonderful life. Don't you see what a mistake it would be to throw it away?
Clarence.
Yes?
Where's Mary? Please. Where's my wife?
No, I'm not supposed to tell.
Tell me where she is.
No, you're not gonna like it, George.
Where is she? I'll choke it out of you if I have to. Where's my wife?
She's at the library. She works there. She's just about to lock up for the night, but George, come back! Oh, there must be an easier way for me to get my wings.
Mary.
I'm sorry. The library's closed.
Mary, it's George. Don't you know me?
No, I don't know you. And let me go.
Oh, Mary, please don't do this to me. Mary, please, help me. Where's our kids, Mary? Please.
Get away from me. Help!
Help me, Mary. I'm George. Mary!
Help!
Clarence!
Where is he, Joseph? Where's George? I'm afraid I've lost him again, sir.
I told you not to let him see Mary. Now they're after him. A mob! They think he was trying to hurt her.
Oh, Joseph, I won't even get one wing, will I?
You have one more chance, Clarence. Get over to the bridge by the river. I think George has seen just about enough.
But the mob!
Don't worry, they've lost him too. Now hurry up!
Oh, thank you, Joseph, thank you.
Clarence! Clarence, where are you?
I'm over here, George!
Help me, Clarence. Get me back. I don't care what happens to me. Only get me back to my wife and kids, please. I want to live again.
Oh, thank you, George.
I want to live again. Please. Oh, please, just let me live again.
George! This is Bert. Is that you down there, George?
Now get out of here, Bert. Get out of here. You come any closer and I'll let you have it.
Now, what in the Sam Hill are you talking about, George?
Come on, Bert? Do you know me?
Know you? I've been looking all over town for you. Where you been?
Hey, Bert. I'm alive again, Bert.
You sure you're all right? Hey, your mouth is bleeding.
It is? Hey, my mouth's bleeding. Yeah. Bert, look at the blood coming out of there, would you? Oh, hey, yay! Oh, wait. I gotta find Susan's Christmas bell, Bert. I had it right here in my pocket. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's in my pocket. What do you know about that? Hey, Merry Christmas, Bert.
Well, Merry Christmas, George. Get in the car. I'll drive you home.
You will, Bert? Well, you just do that. And turn the siren wide open, huh? Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls. Hey, Merry Christmas, old building and loan. Oh, Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter. And hey. Come on, hey, Bert, come on in with me, would you? Hey, what's with all these people? Who are these reporters? Well, hey, Merry Christmas reporters. Hey, Mr. Bank Examiner, Merry Christmas.
Mr. Bailey, there's a deficit.
Oh, yeah, I know. $8,000, I'll bet, huh? Oh, look, here's the sheriff.
George, I've got a legal paper here. I'm sorry, but I got to serve it.
Now, I'll bet it's a warrant for my arrest, isn't it? That's wonderful. Merry Christmas! Hey, where's Mary, you know? Oh, look at this wonderful old drafty house. Isn't it wonderful? Have you seen my wife? Where's Mary?
Merry Christmas, Daddy!
Hey, kids! Hey, kid, Janie, Petey. Oh, I could eat you up. Where's your mother?
She went out looking for you, Daddy, with Uncle Billy. Daddy!
Zuzu, my little sweetheart. How do you feel, huh?
Fine, Daddy. No more temperature.
No more temperature. Hallelujah.
George, darling.
It's Mommy. Mommy's home.
Mary.
George, where have you been?
Oh, Mary. Well, Mary, just let me touch you. Oh, you're real, Mary. Oh, you've no idea what happened to me.
You've no idea what happened either. They're on their way here.
Oh, who's on their way? The police department? The FBI? Oh, the National Guard. Who cares? I'm alive again, Mary. Listen, Mary, I'm alive again.
Yes, darling, yes. Now, close your eyes and come on downstairs.
Okay, that's an unusually odd request, Mary, but can I open up my eyes?
Now. Keep your eyes closed. Now, I'll just walk you over here by the Christmas tree.
Well, there's people here. I hear lots of people. What is it? What?
Just 1 minute now. We're all ready, Uncle Billy. Come on in, everybody.
Hooray! George, now look,
Uncle
George,
Billy?
just look. Bit money, George. A laundry basket filled with money. Money for you. Mary did it, George. Mary.
Oh, I don't understand. What money? What?
People heard you were in trouble, darling. These people, your friends, They've collected this money for you, the $8,000.
It's Charlene, and wait, there's Martini, and Mr. Gower. How are you doing, Mr. Gower? You feel okay? Look, it's Mrs. Thompson and Ed and Tom and everybody.
None of us would have a roof over our heads if it wasn't for you, George.
Oh, gosh, this is wonderful. Hey, Mary, look who's coming in. It's Mother. Hi, Mother. Hey, and Harry.
I got Mary's telegram, George. I flew in as fast as I could.
Hey, everybody, a toast! How about a toast, Harry?
It's a great idea, Ernie. A toast to my big brother, George, the richest man in town.
Old acquaintance we forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne.
Daddy, my Christmas bell. You didn't forget?
Oh, forget? No, of course not. Here, honey, here's your bell.
Daddy!
Darling, what's this on the table here? What's this book?
Well, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Well, look, there's something written in it.
Dear George, remember no man is a failure who has friends. Thanks for the wings. Love, Clarence.
Clarence?
Yeah, he's a very dear friend of mine.
Daddy, Mrs. Welch says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right, Zuzu. That's right. That's right. Attaboy, Clarence. Attaboy. Happy landings.
Old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne. Happy holiday, while the merry bells keep ringing, may your every wish come true. Happy holiday, may the calendar keep bringing happy holidays to you. Happy holiday, while the merry bells keep ringing, may your every wish come true. Happy holidays, may the calendar keep ringing happy holidays to you.
And our tech crew from Port Washington Library.
Let's hear it for this terrific, wonderful cast, everybody. Keep the applause going. And that's thank you to Stephanie Hall and Play Troupe. Thank you to Kevin and Brian up in the booth. And thank you all for being here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.